Welcome back, everybody. This is Matthew, aka Jedi Master Cyborg, and today we're going to be talking about the Generation One light side kyber crystals that you can get at Walt Disney World, inside of Hollywood Studios, at Dock on Doors, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The first generation kyber crystals. I've collected all of them, all of the official Star Wars Galaxy's Edge crystals. Again, not the knockoffs that you can buy, that you can find around eBay and SD and all that other stuff. These are all the official ones. But today we're just gonna go over the first generation ones, because, like I said, there's quite a few kyber crystals out there, and so I can only do. See, we got 3, 4. Got 10 crystals. So let's get to it. First, I'll show you what they are. So move the camera back just a little bit so I can move these into the frame. Okay, so okay, so moving all these into the frame, and then I'll angle the camera down a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, we have 10 kyber crystals here. We have 2 yellow kyber crystals. I've put labels on them when I first got them to distinguish what they are, so I don't have to keep putting them into the holocron in order to figure out which ones they are. So we have, this is Maz, the little yellow alien that you see in the first, and the return, what is it, the first of the sequel movies. It's not even worth mentioning. I forgot. So, and most of some of these, most of the Generation 2, well, actually, to the Generation 1 and 2. There's some I just got to complete the set. I really don't care about the character at all. So Maz is one of them. I don't really care for her. The Temple Guard is actually pretty cool. Again, what I've talked about in my last video, if you want to go over there after this and give that some love, give it a like and a comment. This is the Temple Guard. You can actually see from the Star Wars Rebels series. And you'll know who he is. He actually becomes the Grand Inquisitor. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the 2 white ones here. We have Ahsoka Tano, and I believe, okay, this is Ahsoka Tano, AT. And then here we have Chirrut, I believe that's how you pronounce it, from Rogue One. And then the 2 here, the 2 purple ones here in the middle, they're both Mace Windu. Mace Windu, who's got 2. He's actually got a 3rd one too from Generation 2, but we're just doing Generation 1 today. And then the blue ones here in the back, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then we have Luke Skywalker, and he's actually got another one too. He's got a green one that's in the Generation 2. And then we have 3 green ones. So we have Qui-Gon Jinn in the first one, and then we have Yoda. We have this is the quote ones, and then this is the 8-ball one. You can kind of ask questions and then activate the holocron, and then get kind of like an answer to your question. It's just like you would do with a normal 8-ball. You would just, when after you ask a question, shake it up, and it gives you an answer to it. So anyway, these are the crystals that we're going to be looking over. But I have one thing that I want to do before that, and that happens to be on. So let me put this aside. Now that we're done with that, I'm talking here. So one thing I wanted to do is that yesterday I posted the holocrons on my channel. The Generation 1 and Generation 2 holocrons, the 2 Jedi, the 2 Sith, and so I posted those. I posted that yesterday, and I was able to get all the voices, I think. So putting the 2 old ones together, the original Jedi holocron, the original Sith holocron, putting those together, and let's see if I can find. Yeah, just a moment. So here's you put the old ones together, the old Jedi and the old Sith, you get the Bendu. You put the new Jedi, the new Sith one together, you get the father, the Mortis God. You put the new Jedi and the old Sith Holocron together, and you get the daughter. You put the old and new Sith Holocrons together, and you get the brother. But there's actually so the sister, the daughter is the daughter of the Mortis God, and brother is the man of the Mortis God. So the father is the one that keeps them in balance. The daughter represents the light side, and the brother represents the dark side. But there's actually one more voice that you can get, so that's the first thing I want to do. So let's do that first, and then we'll move over to the holocrons. Okay, so yesterday we put the holocrons together. If you put the old or the original blue Jedi Holocron together and the original Sith Holocron together, you get the Bendu's voice. So we did get the Bendu's voice, but you can actually get it a second way, and that's what I wanted to do first. By combining the old Jedi Holocron and the new Jedi Holocron, you can get the Bendu again. It's the same thing, but it's just, I just wanted to do that again, make sure I covered all my bases. So we activate this, set it down on my desk here, and we'll move the camera back a bit. Okay, so there, activate this one.
Who can sense it? Think of yourself as a door. There are two aspects of the Force. The living Force is generated by life.
Okay, I know I can get it. I just...
Once I closed my... body.
But I know you can get it. And these are so darn twitchy. These new ones are so darn twitchy. Let's put the old one on top. See if that...
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
The Force can be a trickle.
Yep, we had it, and there they fall. I was just praising the fact that yesterday that the square ones, the Jedi Holocron, since they're square, sit atop so easily, and then all of a sudden they fall. So I'm having a...
The Force can be a trickle.
Okay, so you gotta hold the green ones together until they sync together.
Jedi and Sith,
there we go, we got it.
Hogan, the light and the dark. I'm the one in the middle, the Bendu. I take no side. I am beyond your worrying and wars. I am unseen, unknowable, like a rock in the river. If two such powerful sources of knowledge are united, they will grant a clarity of vision beyond your kind. When joined, any secret, wisdom, or destiny can be seen through the Force. One could bring much chaos with such hidden truths. Your conflict becomes clear. I am helping you. You believe that, but you must learn to see things differently now. But I can teach you to see, if you're willing. Once a secret is known, It cannot be unknown.
I think we've come full circle.
Jedi and Sith
Yeah.
wield the Ashlar and Bogan, the light and the dark. I'm the one in the middle, the Bendu.
Okay, so we've come to full circle on the Bendu's voices with the 2 Jedi Holocrons. So I just wanted to make sure that I got all the voices you can get without the placing a kyber crystal inside. Okay, so move the camera back up. I'll slide it back a little bit until... Okay, so we don't need this one right now, so I'm going to put this one aside. And so we just have the original one that came back in about 2019 version, the Generation 1 First Holocron. The blue one that is pretty much featured, is featured in the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series. So we're going to put all the first generation light side crystals inside here, and you already know what the voice is. And again, reposting videos. I've already had these. I probably posted a video about these holocrons and crystals back towards 2019. But again, what I've been saying in these last few videos is that I somehow lost all my content on YouTube, and so I'm trying to rebuild my channel back up. I'm trying to repost the videos that I did in the past, and so that's what I'm just trying to do. And so it's just kind of hard to because knowing that from 2019 to now that a lot of these videos are already posted on YouTube, and just trying to figure out a different approach on how to do these things. And so new crystals have come out, new sabers have come out, new holocrons have come out since 2019 when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge first opened up. And so we're just trying to figure out how to do these things. So bring these kyber crystals back into view. Okay, I think we're gonna start back here in this corner right here with the 3 green crystals. Okay, so we're gonna start there, and then we'll pick one, because there's 3 of the green ones, but there's only 2 of the other original ones. So we'll figure out where we're gonna go from there. But we're gonna start with the green ones. Okay, so let's jump right into it. We have the original holocron here. We're going to turn it on and activate it. Okay, we open the drawer. So trying to figure. Okay, had it upside down. So here's where the crystal will. Drop a crystal in that drawer. Okay, I said we're gonna start with the green ones. We'll start with the well, no, we'll go to the top. We'll start with Qui-Gon, because he's only got one of them. So as you see, I took just a label maker and QGJ Qui-Gon Jinn. That way I know what these are without having to put them into the holocron and get the voices. These old capsules. See, on this side you have this like a little. You might be able to thread like a string or something like that. You could like wear these maybe around your neck or something if that's what you wanted to do. This is not the side that you open. You open the other side, the one that's flat, has nothing inside. So this one is the side that screws open. Unscrew it, and nothing else is inside. It's just the crystal. So this is Qui-Gon Jinn's crystal. It's quite thick compared to some of the other ones that can be kind of slim. So let's put that in there. Close it up. As you can see, the turns green, which is a pretty cool effect. See what he has to say.
All energy from the living force, from all things that have ever lived, feeds into the cosmic force, binding everything and communicating to us through the midichlorians. May the force be with you. All energy from the living force, from all things that have ever lived, feeds into the cosmic force, binding everything and communicating to us through the midichlorians. Always remember, your focus determines your reality. May the Force be with you. I am a manifestation of the Force. A force that consists of two parts. Living beings generate the living force, which in turn powers the wellspring that is the cosmic force. May the Force be with you.
Okay, so I think we've got everything that Qui-Gon has to tell us. Thank you, Master Qui-Gon Jinn. So turn it off. Open the drawer if possible. Okay. And take his crystal out. So that was Qui-Gon Jinn's kyber crystal. Okay, so now we got the next green one. This one is going to be the Yoda 8-ball. So if you want, again, the same thing, you unscrew it. Now you're going to ask a question. And then you'll get a wise answer. So this one is more kind of slimmer. As you can see, it's kind of more pointy than Qui-Gon's that was more thick. So this one is more pointy. Slide that into the drawer. Oh yeah, you might have to activate it first. No, you don't have to activate it. It already recognizes there's a crystal inside. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's just say, will I make $1 million today? Let's just say that.
A certainty this is.
Hey, Mr. Yoda says it's a certainty. So I get a. Okay, let's see what else. Will my brother do good in his new job?
In harmony with the Force, your path is.
I guess that's a yes. Let me see. Trying to think of another question here. Will my birthday be a good one this year? It's coming up on the 5th.
Yes. The Force will be with you.
Okay, that's an odd answer for that.
Always in motion is the future. It is the will of the Force. Meditated on this question, I have. My answer is yes.
My answer is yes.
Clear your mind of questions. Patience you must have. Shrouded in darkness, this path is. Keep your mind on where you are. On what you are doing. Yes. No.
No.
You must unlearn what you have learned. A little more knowledge might light our way. In harmony with the Force, your path is.
Okay, I was just about to say this has got a lot of sayings in this one, but I think that was it. So that was, I don't know how much battery power I got left in this holocron, so I'm gonna keep turning it off. But that was Yoda 8-ball, kyber crystal. Oh, I want to show you something else. For some of these holocron, or for some of these kyber crystals, I got the corresponding. Well, I just thought it'd be kind of cool. For Qui-Gon Jinn, I actually have the Funko Pop that kind of goes. It's a nice display. Kind of goes with the kyber crystal. He's got a green lightsaber. Goes with the kyber crystal. So this is a Qui-Gon Jinn little Funko Pop. It goes on my display with his kyber crystal. And I also have Yoda, the Funko Pop. This is the Dagobah Yoda. You can get a lot of them on their website. If you go to the Funko Pop website. I'm not promoting. They're not financing this channel or whatever they call it. I'm just showing off some of my wares, and this is my this room is my Star Wars universe, and so I've decorated with all things Star Wars. So here's Yoda. Okay, and then we have one more of his crystals. So we have the Yoda quotes crystal. Wonder how this one compares. This one's more thicker. This one's more thicker. So let's look at these. Okay, this is the other Yoda one. So I don't try not to get these mixed up. So as you can see, oh dagnabbit, Carabast. Okay, trying not to throw it around again. So as you can see with the two crystals here, one of them is thinner than the other. This one right here is more pointy, and this one's just more thick. So this one was the thinner one with the point was the Yoda 8 ball. This was the Yoda quotes. Now we're gonna go for the quotes.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
Well, that's bad.
Growing your abilities are, and with them, danger.
Oh, wow.
May the Force be with you.
Well, thank you for that.
A long time thought I did, consumed by fear that was. Though see it I did not. A challenge lifelong it is, not to bend fear into anger.
I wonder why the light went off for that quote.
For my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you.
I love this. I really do. This is so cool.
Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Yes, Jedi strength flows from the Force. But beware of the dark side. Anger, fear, aggression. The dark side of the Force are they. Easily they flow, quick to join you in a fight. If once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny. Consume you it will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
Okay, so I think Yoda has told us all he has to do. Thank you, Master Yoda. So that was the last of the green kyber crystals. Let's put that one aside. So I just don't want to get these mixed up. So I'm going to put them back in their cases. Okay, that was all the green ones. So now we're going to be looking at the blue ones. Yeah, let's do that. Let's look at the blue ones. Okay, my friends, let's keep moving with this. Keep the ball rolling and hopefully not make this video too long. So now we're going to do the blue kyber crystals from Generation 1. So turn the holocron back on. Open up the drawer. So we're going to start with Old Ben. So like I said, I got the corresponding Funko Pop that goes with it. This is Old Ben. These are just like, again, these are just like display pieces that I put next to their kyber crystals. So, again, his is more thick. Means he's probably got a lot to say. Alright.
You've taken your first step into a larger world. This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. Now the Jedi are all but extinct. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Too late for that.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
I believe that.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
Okay, I think we've heard everything that old Ben has to say. Let's turn that off. Open up the drawer. Take his crystal out. Again, we're gonna place it back so I don't get these mixed up. Okay, the next one is Luke Skywalker, the boy, you know, the Padawan Luke Skywalker. So let's take a look at his crystal. His is also pretty thick. It's not as narrow, but it does come to a point. So you can see there, kind of comes to a point. No, it's not as thick as some of the others.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. I will not be the last Jedi.
So I guess maybe it does say some of the quotes from the sequel, which I really don't care for.
Balance. Powerful light, powerful darkness. Now that they're extinct, the Jedi are romanticized, deified. If you strip away the myth and look at their deeds, the legacy of the Jedi is failure, hypocrisy, hubris. I will not be the last Jedi.
Yeah, well, we know that's not true. Okay, well, I believe Luke Skywalker has said all he has to say. I didn't realize that was the the older, but the one that in the newer movies, as you've seen, the sequel movies. I didn't realize it had some of the quotes from that too. These are, you get these and you pretty much they just kind of sit on my shelf for a while. Alright, so that was the blue ones. We got 3 more colors to go. Let's do the yellow ones next. Okay, my fellow Padawans, let's keep this force rolling. So we got the 2 yellow crystals here. I don't have any corresponding Funko Pops. I've looked for them, but no, I don't have them. I don't think they have any of these on the Funko Pop website. So we got the Temple Guard, and we have that little yellow alien from the new sequel trilogy, Maz, whatever her name is. I don't really care. Again, some of these crystals I just got to complete the collections. So let's start with the Temple Guard, because I have a lot more respect for him, even though he does eventually turn into the Grand Inquisitor. Which he does redeem himself in Star Wars Rebels. A lot of people have not seen the Star Wars Rebels. I would recommend watching that series, because you learn a lot of details. So this one comes to a point. It's a lot more slender. kind of looks green, even though it's kind of yellow. So you got yellow and blue that, you know.
Never underestimate the difference teamwork can make. Through the ages, I've seen evil take many forms. The Sith, the Empire. Today, it is the First Order. Their shadows spreading across the galaxy. We must face them. Fight them.
You know, I think this is Maz. So this one must be the Temple Guard. Maybe. So I had these mixed up from the start. So let's see. I want to take this out. Well, this one's a little bit more thicker, so that would make sense if it was the Temple Guard. At least in my thinking.
For eons, there has been a Temple Guard.
Yeah.
You don the Guardian's mask.
Well, he says
a link in an unbroken chain, one that represents centuries of honor and duty. Violence within the temple is unacceptable. When it occurs, the Guard will put an end to it, acting with neither fear nor favor. The archives of the Jedi Temple contain secret knowledge forbidden to all but the ranks of Masters. Safeguarding this knowledge is the highest calling of the Guard. To serve as a Temple Guard is to reconnect with the most ancient wellsprings of the Force. Through such service, the Jedi, the Temple, and the Order are renewed. For eons, there has been a Temple Guard. When you don the Guardian's mask, you become a link in an unbroken chain, one that represents centuries of honor and duty.
Okay, so I had these mixed up from the beginning. I can't believe that, because I've been telling you throughout this video that I've put these labels on them, so I didn't get them mixed up. But I guess I did. All right, so let's take this out, and I'll put it back in its rightful container. I must have had these displayed for months, and as the wrong one. So let's Temple Guard. We'll put that in the corresponding case. Okay, so let's finish up what Maz has to say. Again, hers comes to a point, which again would make kind of more sense to me. I don't really think anything that she has to say is of any value.
If you live long enough, you see the same eyes in different people. I am no Jedi, but I know the Force. It moves through and surrounds every living thing. Close your eyes. Feel it. The light. It's always been there. It will guide you. If you live long enough, you see the same eyes in different people. Through the ages, I've seen evil take many forms. The Sith, the Empire. Today, it is the First Order. Their shadows spreading across the galaxy. We must face them. Fight them. Through the ages,
Okay.
I've seen evil take many forms.
Full
The
circle.
Sith, the Empire. Today, it is the First Order. Their shadows spreading across the galaxy. We must face them. Fight them.
Okay. So that's all that Moss has to say. Why this? Some of these triangles on this holocron are kind of bent out of place. This is a holocron. This holocron's a couple of years old, so I guess starting to show some wear, I suppose. Okay, so this is Maz. Put that in the proper container. I had these mixed up for months, maybe even years. Okay. Oh, well, you know what? I didn't show you that he doesn't like to stay in his base. This is the Luke Skywalker Funko Pop. He doesn't like to stay in his base. Okay. Okay, so we got the white and the purple ones next. So let's do the white ones and we'll finish with the purple. Okay, everyone, let's keep the force moving. We're going to do the white ones next. We have, well, first we have Ahsoka Tano's crystal, and then we have this, I believe this is Chirrut. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. It's from the Rogue movie, the blind man. Okay, so but before we put the crystals in, so this is I have several of the Ahsoka Tano Funko Pops, but this one she has the white lightsabers, so we'll go with the white kyber crystal. But I got like I said, I have several ones. I have another one where she has her green lightsabers. So that's Ahsoka Tano, and we'll start with her. So I'll turn this back on. The drawers on this side, I think. Okay, there we go. Ahsoka Tano. Oh, twisting from the wrong side. Okay. Okay. Hers is kind of slim, comes to a point. Not as thick as the others. See what she has to say. It's a nice color. It just the natural blue of the holocron, accentuated with the white of the kyber crystal inside. You know, I kind of makes it look kind of cool.
After the Purge, the Emperor's hunters searched for Force-sensitive children, so there could never be another generation of Jedi. I couldn't let that happen, so I decided to stop them. I died when the Jedi were betrayed, or so I let everyone believe. I abandoned my lightsabers and even my name. I'd been a Padawan, but I knew it was time to become something else. The crystal is the heart of the lightsaber, and the lightsaber, an extension of your will. A Jedi's life is dangerous, and the lightsaber, often the difference between life and death. When I was young, I was reckless. Being a fugitive taught me patience. I learned to watch, to wait, and to trust the Force. Anakin Skywalker was my master. I thought he died at the end of the Clone Wars, but his true fate was far worse. He'd been consumed by the dark side.
What's going on here?
I couldn't fight the Empire alone, so I helped the Rebel Alliance gather intelligence, connect people, and together we gave hope to those who had none. My master was an unconventional Jedi. I followed his lead, which wound up saving my life. Anakin Skywalker was my master. I thought he died at the end of the Clone Wars, but his true fate was far worse. He'd been consumed by the dark side.
Okay, I think we've come full circle. Ahsoka had a lot to tell us. I forgot, because like as I said, once you get these and play with them, you might have played with them a little bit after I got them home, but then they just become display pieces here in my my own Star Wars galaxy, and so they you kind of forget what they say. Okay, then we have a Cheer It here from the Rogue the Rogue movie. I said the Blind Man. I don't know. Was he once a Jedi or not? Some of these characters I don't know. His is thicker. Strikes me as odd, but you know, I guess wise men or blind men are kind of like wise in their own way.
The Force is strong. May the Force of others be with you. The Force is with me, and I am with the Force, and I fear nothing, for all is as the Force wills it. May the Force of others be with you. The Force is strong.
Okay, well that's all he had to say. I guess he's not so wise after all. And it's Rogue One. Now that I think about it, the Rogue One movie, not just the Rogue movie or Rogue series. All right, so we got one more color to go. Purple. I say purple for last because Mace Windu is one of my favorite Jedi, and purple is an up and coming one of my favorite colors. So we'll finish with him. Okay, everybody, let's finish this video up. Keep the Force flowing. We have the last ones are purple, and these are the Mace Windu ones. He's got two of them of the first generation, Windu 1, Windu 2, and I got the corresponding Funko Pop Mace Windu with his purple lightsaber there. He's bald. Okay, so we're gonna do it. I guess we'll start with number 1. Let's just, for comparison's sake, real quick, see what the size. Oh, I'll just drop the cap. Oh well, I get that later. All right, so this is 2. Number 2 is a little bit thicker. It looks like. Number 1, right here, you can see is a little bit more slender. Comes to a point, and number 2 is a little bit thicker. Okay, so let's do this. Let's finish this out. So open up the drawer, pop the crystal in, turn it on. It already knows that a crystal is inside. That's pretty cool.
The Jedi didn't seek this war. It was thrust upon us. But lightsabers are weapons, not decorations. We must use them to protect the light. The Jedi Code must not become the means by which our order is destroyed. Yes, there is a great danger in becoming warriors instead of negotiators. But we face a far greater danger than that. The Jedi didn't seek this war. It was thrust upon us. But lightsabers are weapons, not decorations. We must use them to protect the light.
Is that all he has to say?
In war as in peace, we must trust the Force. We must follow the path that is set before us. And we must defend those who cannot defend themselves. In negotiations, there are gray areas. In war, there are not. A warrior can't afford them. There's only right and wrong, good and evil, light and dark, and victory or defeat. In war as in peace, we must trust the Force. We must follow the path that is set before us, and we must defend those who cannot defend themselves.
Wonder if that's all he has to say.
The Jedi Code must not become the means by which our order
I think
is
that's all he has to
destroyed.
say till we've come
Yes,
full circle.
there is a great danger in becoming warriors instead of negotiators. But we face a far greater danger than that.
So that was the first one. Let's be sure to put it in its corresponding capsule. Window 1. I have to say, the updated canisters, capsules, whatever you want to call them, are a little bit better than these. These are really hard. They don't even want to twist down. Okay, so we move on to number 2. And he's got a third one. He actually got another one in Generation 2. But I'll get to that some other time.
Strength has determined the outcome of many battles. But the best proof of strength is the battle that never takes place. In negotiating, silence can work better than a speech. But silence is more effective when it comes with a stern look and a lightsaber. The Force always has a plan, but it doesn't always reveal that plan on a Jedi schedule.
Sounds like somebody else I know.
An unlit lightsaber shows the time for negotiations has arrived. A lit lightsaber shows the time for negotiations has passed. Be mindful of the difference. A Jedi's life is one of service to the Republic. We protect civilization against the darkness that would devour it. An unlit lightsaber shows the time for negotiations has arrived. A lit lightsaber shows the time for negotiations has passed. Be mindful of the difference.
So I think that might
For
be all.
those in despair, a Jedi's arrival means hope. We are shepherds, and the galaxy is our flock.
Maybe not. Maybe that's more things.
The Force always has a plan, but it doesn't always reveal that plan on a Jedi schedule.
Okay, well, that might be all he has to say. Together, I guess Mace Windu had a whole bunch to say. And since he's got another kyber crystal in Generation 2, you might have even more to say. But that's all of Generation 1 kyber crystals. The light side, anyway. I'll find another time, maybe tomorrow, where I can work through the Generation 1 Sith or the red crystals. So, thank you all for watching. May the Force be with you.